282 deaths, 6,293 infected, 993 recovered. These are the numbers of today, April 27th, about the coronavirus here in the Dominican Republic. However, I'm not going to elaborate on them today as they keep growing every day and it seems like they're not going to stop soon. But instead, let's talk about this. So 2 days ago, I made a video about the reopening of the Dominican Republic to international flights, informing that we didn't have an official date yet. The Congress even extended the state of emergency for another 25 days. So we are confined until May 25th. Dr. Carlos Manuel Felix Cuello, a health epidemiologist, affirms that the country is not yet close to flattening on the coronavirus spread curve, because the cases reported daily as positive are still higher than the patients who exceed the disease. When the cases reported as discharged are greater than the cases reported as positive, with an interval of 48 to 72 hours, then it can be said that we are facing elimination of the contagion curve, said the doctor. However, the Dominican government instructs its officials to partially fulfill the state's work, reintegrating its secretaries and the minimum number of correspondence personnel starting today, Monday 27th. The missive instructs the ministers, directors, general administrators of centralized and decentralized state institutions are to comply with the partial reintegration into the work of the state. The heads of the institutions and the minimum staff from different areas will be partially incorporated so that we can respond to the needs of citizens related to the role they play in the state. Meanwhile, in Puerto, hundreds of people defying the rules of social distancing, which seek to reduce the contagion by COVID-19, accompanied a pilgrim of Villa Altagracia to carry a cross on the beach of the boardwalk in the city, under a burning sun, proclaiming that starting today, the disease will begin to disappear from the country. Men, women, and children raised their hands and sang the song Peace in the Storm, which resonated on a light disco that accompanied them to the last stretch of the route, about 18 kilometers approximately from Maimon to the beach popularly known as Playa de Camacho in the upper part of the city. During the walk, the provisions were taken so that at least 3 units of the National Police, members of a private security company that regularly provides free services to cultural and religious events, an ambulance, in case of any inconvenience, protected the participants, while the traffic in that section of the boardwalk was made difficult by the crowds of people who walked on foot as well as in pasolas and motors. On the boardwalk, people with images of saints prayed and raised their hands while the pilgrim prayed in the water, without being able to even hear his prayers since he didn't have a microphone where he was. Some of the people directly in the water, others in the stand, and another group watching from the wall of the boardwalk watched the action. Holding on to the faith is for the most faithful, and is a waste of ignorance and recklessness for the most skeptical. This group of people clung to the cross with the Dominican flag on top to cry out for the disappearance of the pandemic that has already caused more than 200,000 deaths in the world and 282 in the country according to official figures. So I asked God that as a man He told me what was going to happen in 2020. To tell me that He could tell humanity and the Dominican Republic country now, thus having the signs and closeness to God to take a very heavy cross and to deposit it on the waters of the Plata Sea, so that our country would be freed from the disease, and many countries in the world, proclaimed Mildomio Adames yesterday in Maimon, as part of his journey that begins in his native Villa Altagracia, and that on several occasions he has done the same at Easter from different reasons.